So I want to show a little bit to um, this particular book. Here we go. Here, spiritual profitability. Will you be made whole? This is devotional here. And then there is one, Digging Diamonds, that we just talked about. This is an anthology. Want to make sure that you all get this one here. This is a compilation that she put together with the ladies from her ministry as well. And some of the stories, I want to say that I read some of them, they are really, really, oh my God. It's like, how could anybody have survived any of the things that they've gone through? And they have come out. It's kind of like we take a lump of coal over the years with the pressure, then it becomes a diamond. So this one talks about digging diamonds, revealing your purpose of your brilliance. So I love that. And then this one here is the Wealth Vantage Principles Guide to the Wealth Transfers. And this is the one that I have kind of like on the main Amazon. Is the 10 Commandments of the Wealth Transfer. So a lot of your books have to do with money. Give us a little bit of background this one, and then this one here I really, really love. This is the ultimate game changing wealth building 12-month planner. So why was this important to really talk about money, spiritual profitability? Will you be made whole? And it talks about wealth. What was the catalyst for that, I guess you would say?
Yes, coming out of 2020 with the global shutdown, it put me in a position where, Deuteronomy 8:18 became very a rhema word, very relevant, and it speaks about God giving you the ability, the creativity to create wealth. And so we recognize that we couldn't depend on the government, we couldn't depend on a job, and so we understand that we need to create wealth through multiple streams of income. And wealth is more than money and things and material accomplishment. It's a holistic perspective. And so that's what I wanted to talk about in spiritual profitability, that we prosper in our soul as well as in other dimensions of our lives. So that's a daily devotional. And then the 10 Commandments of the wealth transfer just took it to a whole nother level and position us for, to prosper, whether we're in a shutdown, a recession, a debt ceiling crisis, whatever that might be going on Capitol Hill, we still have the ability to prosper.
Yes. And I want to say that was the theme for the month of January for the Speakers Magazine, which you are in as well. But we're talking that on the cover is Monique. She's talking about sisternomics and talking about wealth, what you just said. And here you are here, mentor and spiritual strategist, empowering women to shift and prosper on purpose. So that's why this particular book is the women's book, pink, obviously, but Digging Diamonds, that one you could get on Amazon. But you talk about spiritual profitability and you're talking about the wealth transfer, and Deuteronomy 8:18, which you were saying is really like the key guiding one. But what I like about it too is you use affirmations. Not only that, but you do a little bit of teaching in the book as well. Your people are saying what God said, and you give the commandments like build, commandment number 6, it says build your house for wealth and riches, and then you give the scripture that's behind that, and then you give a place for people to really do more meditation and then write the notes.
Yes.
Now, did this one come first or did this one come first? So I want to say which one came first.
Sure. The 10 Commandments came first.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
And then,
it,
and
it,
then
it, it
then you came
came in.
out with the game changer wealth building planner, which I
Yeah.
love because it has a lot more, I guess you would say guided meditation, meaning you're guiding people for an inspirational affirmation. And it says, I am living an unapologetically blessed life. And then the meditation question and observation note is, what brings you the most joy in your life? And then you have the wealth building notes on the other side. So the part that I want to say, and then of course you've got like the gratitude part in here. But what I want to ask you is like, how did this come to you? Because it's very unique the way it's put together. I mean, there are pieces of other books that have some of this, but yours has like the bonus section in the back. It has the manifestation money checks in the back as well. The declarations that you can say. So, how did it all come to you? Was it something you were studying, or was it a download from God when you were just sitting still? How did it all come about? Or do you have a mentor?
Yes, yes. I'm coaching and mentoring women every week. And so I get a chance to hear the problems and their most pressing priority. And I took the time to put myself in my client's shoes when I wrote the planner. What is it that you need? What is it that my client needs to be successful from day to day, month to month, and for the course of a year? And so, as part of the spiritual downloads, because it's a holistic process, I'm sitting still, I'm in my sweet spot, and I'm putting myself in my client's shoes
Mm-hmm.
in terms of her needs. And I had that one avatar, that one woman sitting right in front of me, and knowing, what she needs most to prosper. And so, I can't coach the entire world, but this book can reach them, this planner can reach them. And so being in a quiet spot, praying and asking God for direction, and being an avid reader that I am, you get this vision, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked on it for months to try to perfect it and really get everything in there. And that's how I came up with the bonus section,
Okay.
because even in that, I'm going to add on to it for the 2024, because I see some more possibility. And that's what I love about what I do. It's an ever growing, evolving vision.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
One of the you put in here a social media branding checklist too, in that I love. Well, obviously I love that because I'm about branding. But the favorite part for this particular book that I liked, Dr. Lougenia, was about clarity, and I'm just going to read a little bit about this because I just think 2023 is just a year of clarity for a lot of people, and this is one of the things. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. And it's like that is really key. But clarity is about being diamond clear about your thoughts, emotions, desires, plans, and purposes in the given relevant moment. It represents a powerful and liberating state of oneness of mind in alignment of your soul and in your spirit. And so, one of the things that, like it says, it gives you a really like I guess you would say, a clear heart and a state of peace that leans into truth and revelation. It says this engagement brings insight and increased understanding, liberating your soul to power up, arise, take flight, and changing the game, moving you forward in your mission to build wealth. And then she gives you, I won't read it all, 14 steps to take to get greater clarity. And that is, I want to say, primarily a lot of the people that I work with in my PR business is they don't have clarity. So getting clarity is number one. She gives you 14 steps and it says get clear requires the courage to let go of the old, facing forward to embrace the unknown. You must be willing to move out of your comfort zone, allowing yourself to learn new things in your growth zone and ultimately gain access to live in your wealthy zone. This is all in the planner. So I recommend if you're on Amazon to click the link and get it. It is one of those books where it's going to be a book that you carry around with you a lot. And it's going to be your go-to thing of like, okay, this is where my wealth is. It's going to be in your notes that you take in this book. It's going to give you a part where it's like, what's your plan today? What are your business ideas, your dream ideas? Actually, dreams are really, really important. It's in biblical, it's in the Bible. God speaks to you through dreams, but you gotta sit still in order to understand what God is saying to you.
Yes.
So I love that. And actually, I think on Monday, I think I'm doing something about dreams with Dr. Cecilia Greenbar
Yeah.
about dreams as well. But yeah, this one and then the devotional are probably like the main two things. Spend time in devotion and then actually do the plan, do the work. These two are together. So you've done a lot of different books. There's one book I saw on Amazon that I don't have, and maybe it is. You could tell me a little one about this one. This one was This Is Your Set Time, 21 days. That one there. This is your set time. It's the purple book.
Yes, yes, it's a set time. In 21 days you can change your habit, you can change your mind, and in doing so you can change your life. I'm big on devotions and I'm big on numbers. And so the 21 days, to keep it short, but to make it impactful, that's
Mhm.
another short devotional, and it's focusing in once again on prosperity of the soul, the mind, and the spirit. But we have an established time in our lives, and it's important that we recognize it, that we understand it, that we decree it, and that we declare it, that it be so. And so in 21 days, you can actually shift into another direction or another realm or another level of life, depending on how much work you put into those 21 days. So all of my books are tools and guides to help
Mhm.
people and to empower people, because I guess at the end of the day, that's my passion, to empower, and then empower to do what? To prosper, you know.
Mhm, mhm. Goes back to that same guiding principle. So, the also too, I want to say that you have a lot of declarations, affirmations. Speak to that, of why that's important for people to actually have affirmations written out. I mean, it's one thing to read it, but in terms of, you talk about the declaration, it says, "I shall write the vision which the Lord has revealed, keep my eyes on it and run with it and be blessed." So speak to the power of actually write, because you wrote a lot of declarations in here. And you have exhortation in here as well, but you wanted people to actually put it in the "I am clear minded, I am fully present." Why is that important for people to have?
Yes, absolutely. Number one, words are powerful. And so I want people to be more conscious and more mindful of the words that they use, their daily language. What they are saying out of their mouths can actually activate their environment, their atmosphere, the spiritual
Mhm,
realm, and ultimately manifestation in the physical, natural realm. And so it's so important that we set the tone, that we command our day, that we command our money and command our time in terms of our priorities, in terms of our gifts and our talents, and the ultimate outcomes that we want in life. So when we understand that words have power and we begin to release them, the earth realm is moved by sound. So a lot of
mm,
times people want to mutter within themselves, and they want to have chatter between the right ear and the left ear, but they don't quite get it out of their mouths where it can really begin to impact the surface, the atmosphere. And think about a drip of water. If you have a plumbing issue, just one drip a day can cause your water bill to increase. A drip of water can actually demolish a rock over a period of time. And so words being released have power to
mhm,
change
mhm,
and ultimately give you according to what you say, because you can't have a thing until you first believe a thing, and you can't believe it without decreeing it, because what you say in your heart will come out of your mouth. And so it's a scientific side to it, as well as a spiritual realm to it, and it's powerful. It can change the course of your life, it can change your income, it can change anything that you desire and focus it towards. So that is what I want to put out there every time I give a declaration, an affirmation. It's about change, 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 change.
mhm. And then, so in terms of any testimonies and things like that, I know you probably got a lot of them, but give us a few that, like, almost surprised you, but some of the ones that you kinda knew were coming, and so they will call you and say, "Hey, this happened, after reading the book," or, those kind of things that make you just kinda like, "Wow," like, "Yeah, I told you so."
Yeah, yeah. I have a coaching program called the Game Changer Coaching Program. And there was a young lady in the 2020 year, she enrolled, and she actually let me know. She put me on the inside of her personal story. She was going through a lot of situations, including domestic violence and abuse,
Mhm,
and she was needing clarity, where to go, what to do. And so the Game Changer Life Coaching Program put her on the course of clarity, commitment, courage, and taking action to change her life. Now in 2022, crossing over into 2023, she went from not knowing what to do to now actually being the boss of her own business, and it's $1 million business
wow.
in less than 3 years. That blew me out the water.
Wow.
That
Now
blew me out
that
the
is
water. And she is
amazing.
like an avid student and ongoing client. So she has the books, she has the journal, she's in the coaching program, and she's working it. And it's
Mhm.
a transformation from almost like literally being, as a result of domestic abuse. I hate to say it, but from almost dying
Yeah.
to now thriving in a
Mhm.
multi on its way to be a multi-million dollar business, because she's already reached the $1 million mark. She
Mm.
has a
That is
franchise business and she's in multiple
amazing.
states.
Oh my God. That is amazing. That is amazing. So those are some of the things, the stories that when you read it and you heed it, you do the work, you say the affirmations, you write the list, you do the checklist. Those are the things that can happen that I want people to know that these are the things that, you know, why I love doing what I do in terms of books. On Amazon, I'm always on Amazon, and I'm a insider now on Amazon, Amazon insider. And the thing that I like is that books can change your life. They only change your life though if you read them. Don't just buy them. Read them and do the work. And the things that, especially not any kind of book. So I want to say books that are inspired by God, inspirational books. So those are the ones that really can change your life because God is using Dr. Lougenia to put the book out there to change the lives and to impact the people. And then from there, one of the things that you could do is buy the book, maybe buy it with another person, and then you all go in it together or go through your coaching program. Give people a little bit more where they can find you if they want to take part of the coaching program. Of course, they'll get the book, but then they also want to know like how do they get a part of your coaching program?
Sure, you can reach me through my website at trailblazingtransformation.com. And it's also listed there on Amazon. But in all of my books, I have all of my contact information. And I'm on Facebook. You can look me up on my personal page, my business page. I'm on Instagram. And so it's easy to contact me. And I really, really appreciate the opportunity to connect with your audience. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So Divine Diamond Ministries, and where did that name come from? Like, I guess this is probably from this, but Divine Diamonds Ministry, where did that name come from?
Okay, the name came first, and I was in prayer. I'm a woman of faith, and I was asking the Lord, okay, you called me to do ministry. What are we going to name the ministry? And He said, well, it's inside of you. And I said, okay, what is that? And He said, diamond. And
Mhm.
so my birthstone is a diamond. So
Ah,
I immediately made the connection.
mhm.
And I wanted it to be a rare type of diamond, so divine diamonds. And I wanted it to be a multiple umbrella housing many different ministries, holistic, in the marketplace, in traditional churches. And so here we have Divine Diamonds Ministry, birthed in 2009 and
Oh,
going strong.
I love it. I love it. So that's what I had to ask there because I don't know if anyone could, if everybody can see this right here, put this up a little bit closer, but it's the roses, and then there are
And we're
diamonds.
online. We're virtual ministry.
Yeah, and there's the
Yeah.
roses, the diamonds in the roses. So I really like the cover. So yeah, that's I love books. Books can change your life. Get the books here. Click the link. Um, Dr. Lougenia Rucker, her books are here. Get them all. Especially please get the planner. It's 12-month planner. I mean, we're doesn't mean you got to do it sequential. You can start it today, so it doesn't matter. You can get it now, even though it's past January, still get it now, right? This is the thing because it gives you all the things. And there's one little part in here you talk about gratitude. Um,
Yes.
give a real quick overview of why gratitude is important in terms of wealth building.
Yeah, gratitude just really releases everything that you need. It's a way of really worshiping God. And people try to make worship real deep, but it's real simple. And so gratitude is about expressing, your appreciation for life, for gifts, and it opens up the 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 portals. of heaven, the portals of blessing. It opens up the above and beyond anything
Mhm,
that you can imagine or even think or dream of. And I'm an avid dreamer, but everything, just think about yourself, as an adult, as a parent, you really appreciate those who appreciate you. And
mhm,
so gratitude is that way of saying, I appreciate you, I love you. And it just opens up the glory realm. It opens up your ability to achieve your heart desires. And so expressing gratitude at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, at the end of the day will help you to stay focused in a
mhm,
world that's ever changing and ever demanding. It'll help you to really stay grounded in what's really, really important
mhm.
as we, go about our daily lives and our missions and our mandates. So gratitude is where it's at as far as I'm concerned. It's the core of what I do, being grateful for my clients, being grateful for even you today, Dr. Pam, and having this opportunity to just share my heart and talk heart to heart. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. You remind me of Dr. Cindy Trim. She was the cover of December of Speakers Magazine. So, who are some of your mentors, or some of your ministry? I guess you say you follow, or that really are parallel or you align with.
Oh, you named one of the top on my list, one of my top threes. I follow Dr. Cindy Trim. She's my
Yes,
mentor from afar.
yes.
You
You remind
know,
me of her. Yes.
yes, yes. From the days that she was born on the stage by Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's another one of my mentors.
Hmm.
And so,
How
um,
many do you like his daughter, Sarah J?
oh, I love her. I
Oh,
love
I do
her.
too.
I
I
love
really
her.
do. She is like, just her
Yeah,
very first book was so transparent, and
yeah.
then I've been following her ever since,
Ever since. And
mhm.
I witnessed the moment via TV when her father passed the baton on to
Yes,
her. So it was
yes.
nothing but tears of
Oh,
joy.
yes,
Oh
yes.
my God. Yes, yes, yes. And so, we all have mentors. We all need mentors. Mentors need mentors.
Yeah.
Leaders need leaders. Pastors need pastors. And
Mhm,
so,
mhm.
you have named the top, I guess, the top three in my life at this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are really good ones. TD Jakes, I remember in the year 2001, he's been a client of mine, and,
Oh,
yeah, he was a client. We did a couple of his books, but I remember that, this was kinda, like, really way before that he became, like, a phenom. So, 2001, right after 9/11, I knew that he was gonna be on the cover of Time, but I didn't know it was during the period of time of when he was going to be on it. So right after 9/11, I went into a grocery store or something like that, and I see the Time magazine, and I see him on the cover, and I just screamed. It was like it would said the next Billy Graham and had a picture of him on the cover of Time. I was
I
like,
remember it.
that
Yes.
that was, like, so he could have been on it at any time in 2001 or just in 2000, but it was right that weekend. I was like, "Oh my god." And the world just became more nimble of wanting to hear from God, being more spiritual and that sort of thing, especially in the United States. So, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones as well, of Bishop T.J. He's written plenty of books here, plenty of books, fiction, nonfiction, movies, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of it just has to do with just hearing from God and just being obedient and writing down what he tells you to write and when he wants you to write it and release it. And I want to tell people, don't worry about perfection, just worry about completion. How about that? Just completion
Yes.
is the main task. Don't worry
Yeah.
about perfection. It's not ever going to be perfect. Only thing perfect is going to be Jesus. So you just want to complete the assignment that he had. I mean, we want to do things in excellence, but don't let perfection hold you back from anything. And even though I'm working with people on their brand and that sort of thing, sometimes just release it and you can course correct as you go because it's never going to be perfect the first time out. So I just want to tell that to people who are thinking about, well, she's written all those books, she's written like 10 books or whatever. Her first one probably was not the best book, but it gets better as you go.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
you've gotta do that. I remember, Dr. Cindy Trimlin did her book, Command Your Morning.
Oh,
The first cover was not the cover that is the cover now. It was just
oh,
like it was a different cover, reiteration of that, but as the
oh.
book began to sell, we decided to change the cover. I mean, so yeah, it's been I've also worked with Taffy Dollar as well. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, I've been doing
Wow.
this for a couple of decades. So yeah, since 2000, so
Okay.
22 years. So it's been some of the ones that I guess you would say the author that I miss today the most is Dr. Miles Monroe. Oh my God, I miss him the most. He was even today when I think about it, just like I just can't believe it. But him and Ruth,
Yes,
both of
yes,
them died together in a plane crash. I mean, so
yes,
I don't know if Miles had Dr. Miles had passed and Ruth was still here, or Ruth had passed and Miles. I mean, what that life would have been like, but they went together. So
yes,
it's one of those things like, oh my goodness. But his videos are still prophetic. His children are running the ministry, and if you were to watch any of his videos today, they are so it's like so prophetic because they're still good. They're
yes,
still good and they're still relevant, even though it's been what is that 7 years, I believe it is. Almost 7 or 8 years, so it's
yeah,
been a while. But yeah,
yeah,
that's another one of mine as well. So but like I said, the books that change lives are the ones that I work with. A lot of the speakers in Speakers Magazine are authors. On the back here, Nikichi, she's a cover of February Black History Month, but she's talking about reparations and that sort of thing. But books change lives. They give you insight and information that you wouldn't have otherwise. And it's not like you can listen to a book. I like your books because you write in them. So that means you really have to read them. You have
yes,
to hold them. Nothing
yeah,
wrong with audiobooks. I mean, Amazon sells audiobooks and that
yeah.
sort of thing, but it's nothing like having the actual book in your hand. So thank you so much for doing that and having that for us, because that is really really important.
You're welcome. It's my honor. I love it. It's my passion.
Yeah,
So I was talking to a client last year and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm writing another book."
of course, that's what you do. That's what you do, and
That's
that
what
is
we do.
and the thing of it is that books are legacy books, and they'll be here. Dr. Miles' books are here. He's not here, but his books are here. So I that's one of the reasons why I love books. It's just like it can speak after we're gone. So please, people who want to do books, even if you start with the anthology, get your story out there. And that's one of the
Yes.
main things that you want to do. So thank you so much for joining us today on
Thank you.
Amazon Live. This has been really, really good. So thank you so much for joining us. And make sure that you click the links down there on the Amazon. Click the links, get the books, get more than one book, share it, and we will see you later. All righty.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
God
Thank you.
bless.
All righty. Bye
Bye.
bye. All right. So that is it for our Amazon Live, and we will talk with you later.